It started on a Tuesday, one of those grey, forgettable days. I was just flipping through channels, trying to kill time before bed. You know how it is, endless streams of late-night infomercials and reruns. But then I landed on something different. It wasn't a standard channel. It was just a blank screen with static, but there was a number in the corner, 0. Curiosity got the better of me. I left it on. The static hummed, a low, constant drone that filled the quiet of my apartment. Then, through the snow and fuzz, an image started to form. It was a room, my room. The camera angle was fixed, from the corner near the ceiling, looking down at my living room. I could see the back of my own head, sitting on the couch, staring at the TV. It was like watching a security feed of my own life, happening right now. My blood ran cold. I whipped my head around, scanning the corners of my ceiling. Nothing, no camera, no wires, nothing out of place. I looked back at the screen. The me on TV was still just sitting there, a perfect mirror of what I was doing. I stood up, and the figure on the screen stood up with me. I walked to the kitchen, and it followed, the camera view switching to a new, impossible angle. It was absurd, terrifying, and I couldn't look away. I tried to rationalize it. A prank. A hacker who'd somehow tapped into my smart devices. But I didn't have any cameras in my house. Not a single one. The next day, it was the same. Channel 0, my life, broadcast in real time from angles that shouldn't exist. I spent hours trying to find the source. I unplugged the TV, cut the cable, even shut off the Wi-Fi. But every time I powered it back on, there it was, Channel 0, waiting for me. The weirdest part, no one else could see it. I had my friend Mark come over. For him, Channel 0 was just static, nothing more. He thought I was losing it, and honestly, I was starting to think so too. That night, things escalated. I was watching myself get ready for bed. I went into the bathroom, brushed my teeth, and came back out. But on the screen, the me in the feed, it didn't come out. It just stayed in the bathroom. The camera view was fixed on my empty bedroom. I stood there, in my real bedroom, heart hammering against my ribs, watching the screen, waiting. 5 minutes passed, 10, then, the bathroom door on the screen creaked open. The figure that emerged, it was me, but it wasn't. The smile was too wide, stretching unnaturally. Its eyes were dark, hollow voids. It moved with a twitchy, disjointed gait, like a puppet on broken strings. It walked over to my bed on the screen, pulled back the covers, and slipped inside. Then it just lay there, staring directly into the camera, directly at me, with that awful, predatory grin. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on the couch, the TV off, just listening to the sounds of my apartment. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind outside, sounded like it was coming for me. The sun finally came up, and with a shaky hand, I turned the TV back on. Channel 0. The feed showed my bed. It was empty. The doppelganger was gone, but where? The day was a blur of paranoia. I felt like I was being watched from every shadow, every reflection. When I got home, I dreaded turning on the TV, but I had to know. This time, the feed was different. It wasn't my apartment. It was Mark's. My friend Mark. The camera was in his living room, and he was on the couch, watching a movie. Then, the front door on the screen opened, and my doppelganger walked in. I scrambled for my phone, my fingers fumbling with the screen. I called Mark. It rang once, twice. He picked up. "Hello," he said, his voice casual. On the TV, I could see him put the phone to his ear. "Mark, listen to me," I screamed. "Get out of your house, now. It's in there with you." Mark sounded confused. "What are you talking about? Who's here?" On the screen, the doppelganger slowly approached him from behind. Its grin was wider than ever. It raised a hand, its fingers long and spider-like. "It's me," I choked out, tears streaming down my face. "It's behind you," Mark laughed nervously. "Dude, "You're really scaring me. There's no one here." Then, on the screen, the doppelganger's hand fell. Mark went silent on the phone. The line just cut out. The feed showed the thing standing over Mark's body. It slowly turned its head until its hollow eyes were locked onto the camera once again. It knew I was watching. It had always known. I threw my phone against the wall, shattering it. I had to get out. I ran for the door, but as my hand touched the knob, the TV flickered. The image changed. Now, it was showing the other side of my own front door, the hallway outside my apartment, and standing there, waiting, was the doppelganger. It was just standing there, perfectly still, its head tilted slightly, that horrifying smile plastered on its face. It was waiting for me to open the door. I backed away, my breath catching in my throat. I was trapped. It had me cornered. The TV screen was my only window to the monster, and it was also my cage. I looked at the screen, then at my door, then back at the screen. The thing in the hallway raised its hand and knocked. 3 slow, deliberate taps. Knock, knock, knock. The sound echoed in my silent apartment, both from the TV speakers and from the other side of the wood. It was real. It was here. I stumbled backward, collapsing onto the floor, my eyes glued to the TV, the feed. Channel 0. It wasn't just showing me a monster. It was the monster. It was a doorway, and I had left it open for far too long. The knocking came again, louder this time, more insistent. I could hear the wood of the door frame groaning under the pressure. I don't know how long I have. The screen is the only thing between us now. But I can see its smile getting wider. It knows it has already won.